Esther Duflo became the second woman awarded the Nobel Prize for Economics. French-American Duflo earned the honors along with Abhijit, Banerjee, and Michael Kremer for their work in fighting global poverty. Yahoo Finance's Bryan Chun joins us now. Bryan, walk us through the research these players did.
Yeah, well, they've been studying global poverty and just methods and techniques that they can use in econometrics to lift them out of poverty. And this is required reading stuff. I know it's because it's required reading for the microeconomics grad class that I took. So it's great to see that they were getting acknowledged for it. But they were really studying, the extremely poor, those that make less than $1 a day. They were identifying what their habits are on food and health in terms of spending. But more importantly, they tested methods to try to get them out of poverty. So one example of a study was testing the impact of fertilizer on crops in Kenya, also remedial education programs using computers in India. And they did all this using randomized control trials, which is an economics term where they basically try to take the same treatment and they identify a control group where they don't do that treatment, and then they put it into an actual treatment group and then see what the difference is to actually measure what the impact of that policy is. So pretty amazing stuff in the economics community, and again, regarded with this Nobel Prize today.
Feels like I just went back into college, Professor Cheung.
There we go. Next Yahoo U, maybe.
Yeah, seriously. More broadly, how does this research, how will it get used?
Yeah, well, I think the RCT, again, the randomized control trial, is a technique that a lot of economists are saying, we can expand from this. We can use this not only to measure poverty in emerging markets or in kind of depressed countries, but see if we can use this technique to verify whether or not this type of technique would use on econometric policies in advanced economies as well. And I think that's what you're starting to see. This research is only about 10 years old, so there's a lot of places to go with this. Where
does this trio go next?
Yeah, well, I think they continue. I mean, their focus has mostly been in impoverished countries, and they've done a lot of travel to do these types of things. I mean, this is very hands on the ground, kind of getting your boots dirty type of econometrics, where they're going into Kenya, going into India, doing these types of studies and finding out, hey, is education or is a change in technology like fertilizer something that can lift these communities out of poverty? And I think that they continue to do that maybe in new countries and new areas of the world as well.
This still remains, despite this stellar work, this remains very much a problem, poverty.
Absolutely. And I think that you're starting to see that divergence, that as the advanced economies continue to see even slowing growth, it's the advanced economies that are, rather the emerging markets and the kind of impoverished countries that are still being left in the dust.
Hey investors, Zach Guzman here. Are you interested in learning more about the markets and getting the latest financial news? Well, then click right here to subscribe to our Yahoo Finance YouTube channel. Get the latest up-to-the-minute market analysis, big interviews in the world of finance, and information on how to manage your money every day wherever you are.